Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for another edition of Let's Talk Chelsea. I hope you're doing well and keeping safe and staying calm because breaking news. The breaking news is that Kai Havertz to Chelsea is almost done. Bild in Germany have broken it and they believe the transfer is basically done. Just paperwork now and agreeing everything. It's a bit surreal to finally have this news come through, even though we've known about this for so long now. The transfer has felt like it's almost dragged out a bit, but it's massive for Chelsea. So before I give my sort of big reaction to it, Fabrizio Romano tweeting here, and it also originally, of course, came from Christian Falk from Bild, who've been very much at the forefront of this Kai Havertz to Chelsea story here. Leverkusen will soon accept Chelsea's offer for Kai Havertz. The transfer is perfect. 5-year contract for Havertz, total transfer fee of 100 million euros, including add-ons. And here Fabrizio Romano saying that Kai Havertz to Chelsea, one step away, and then the famous, here we go. Total agreement to be reached in next hours with Bayer Leverkusen. Last bid is going to be accepted, 80 million euros plus 20 million euros in add-ons as final fee. Last details and paperwork time. It's conflicting in terms of the actual fee in terms of pounds, because I've always said this. I believe this was going to be like the biggest transfer fee in Chelsea's history. I think it still will be once you sort of put the add-ons onto it. It's absolutely massive. It's the news Chelsea fans have been waiting for. As I'm just recording this video, Twitter's absolutely blowing up, obviously, because of this reaction. It's the news that Chelsea fans wanted to hear. I have to say that a few months back, a midfielder, a type of midfielder like Kai Havertz, I did not expect to see coming into Chelsea this summer. I didn't think Chelsea were going to go out there and prioritise that position, a creative midfielder. I think it was one of those positions to me that I just didn't look at as a priority signing. But as I've learned more about Kai Havertz, because I can't say I was a massive expert about him before we started getting linked to him. When you started discovering more about this player, how special of a talent he was, how highly rated he was, the potential of this player, how unique he was, when looking into him more and more, I think it became a realization, a bit like I have to give credit to Liam Toomey for this, sort of reference and referring to this transfer a lot to the Eden Hazard transfer in 2012. When a talent like this becomes available, you have to go out there and get him. If you want to be one of the biggest clubs in the world, if you want to win the biggest trophies, if you want to be considered one of the big elite clubs like Chelsea want to be, want to get back to that top level, you have to go out and secure the name of Kai Havertz, because it's a unique situation for Chelsea because of the pandemic, because of the transfer ban. Chelsea have an opportunity this summer to sign a talent like this. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich not involved this summer. It's massive for Chelsea. It truly is. I think Kai Havertz could go on, if hopefully will go on to become Chelsea's best player. Will hopefully go on to become one of the biggest names we've had at the club in a number of years. I know how excited people are because of this, but it just further reinstates what we already know and what we've known for the past few months. Chelsea are fully backing Frank Lampard here. They are backing him. They are backing his vision. They want to see us go back to the top of the Premier League. And buying players like Kai Havertz, all right, we have these defensive concerns, of course, but buying players of his ilk, of his calibre, just look at Christian Pulisic. Look at what Pulisic gave to Chelsea in those remaining games of the season. I've had these conversations with a lot of people. When you see the quality of a player like that, and you see how they can impact a team and change the game for your team, you understand the level you're dealing with and you understand the quality you're dealing with. And when you have more than one of those players in your team, it truly is exciting, isn't it? I think and I hope and I expect Chelsea's attacking next season, I really hope is going to be on point. I hope 2021 can rival like the best of the Ancelotti years. I really hope next season for me, with Kai Havertz joining, not only what it will solve, I think, in terms of creative issues we've had potentially against low blocks, giving us a very unique player that is very different to just your usual creative midfielder. The versatility, once again, of a player like Kai Havertz, I think that's the big thing for me. Almost every signing we're getting at the moment is a player, especially in attacking areas, that can play along a front three in a variety of positions. I always refer to Mason Mount because I think Mason Mount, although he's still a young player learning his trade, I think that the amount of positions he's played in this season, I think is so integral to the way Lampard wants to play. And I think that Frank wants probably those type of players, a Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, now a Kai Havertz, who could potentially play out wide. We know a false nine. He's done that quite successfully for Leverkusen recently. It's a massive statement. It's another massive statement. This window is now just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it is turning into a bit of a FIFA window, to be honest, FIFA career mode window, because you just don't expect to see this amount of big signings coming in one window. The 14-15 window, which was incredible to Chelsea, did Diego Costa and Cesc Fabregas coming in that summer, that were transformative signings, the final piece in Jose Mourinho's title-winning jigsaw. This is even more than that for me. These are players as well, especially the age range of these players. You know, Kai Havertz, Christian Pulisic, Timo Werner, Ziyech, of course, is 27, so he's very much in the prime of his career. But you look at it, Ben Chilwell, players that have a lot of growing to do. And I only think how Kai Havertz, I think, is going to improve and help the squad, the likes of Mason Mount. Mason Mount, I think, will now want to go on to another level because he knows he has to be at the top of his game to remain in the Chelsea starting 11. And I hope it sends a signal. I hope all these signings for Chelsea are sending a signal to the first team squad and sending a signal around the club of the high standards Chelsea want to get to. It's incredible. It truly is. It's going to be brilliant to see Kai Havertz at Chelsea. See what he does. If he turns into a player we hope he can be, if he replicates what he's done for Leverkusen, it's a massive, massive deal for Chelsea. It's a massive statement as well to the footballing world of where Chelsea are hoping to go under Frank Lampard. I hope you guys are excited. I am too. I can't wait to see Kai Havertz officially being announced by Chelsea. I hope it's a good announcement video because Chelsea usually just put out a normal statement. We don't need a normal statement. We need a good announcement video for Kai Havertz because it is the biggest deal in Chelsea's history. But please let me know your opinions on this. It's great to have this news. I think this is going to be a ridiculous week for Chelsea already. We're only on Monday. Added time, which I was going to upload, and then this news broke. So added time will be going up later today where I'll answer your questions. One of those was about Kai Havertz, so I do talk a little bit about Kai Havertz in the video. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter at Son of Chelsea, and I'll see you again.